everyone, my name's Jason and this is My Stupid Reviews. Welcome to The Force Awakens review. This review is a spoiler review, so that means if you haven't seen the film, you're going to be spoiled. If you do want to watch it because you've seen the movie or because you just don't care, this is the video for you. This is a review for the long-awaited Star Wars The Force Awakens. It is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to hear any spoilers, you could click on this video here, because this one below is my spoiler-free review of The Force Awakens. As soon as the Star Wars scrolling started and started reading the text, Luke Skywalker has vanished. This was a Star Wars movie. The scrolling text was simple, to the point, concise. It wasn't the Trade Federation, it wasn't an embargo, it was just simple and sweet. The whole premise of this movie is basically Luke has disappeared, the First Order want to find and destroy Luke. There's a map that shows the location of where Luke is, and they're after this map, pretty much like the first New Hope. The film starts with Kylo and the First Order landing on the planet of Jakku. They're there to try and find this map that they know is down there somewhere. Someone has this map and they want it because it leads to Luke Skywalker. We see John Boyega as a stormtrooper, and this is his first time in the field. He sees the killing around him that his other stormtrooper pals are doing, and he doesn't like it, and you can tell he's uncomfortable with it. While they're all shooting, he's there with his gun and he's not doing anything. He's just kind of pretending. We even see Kylo Ren looking at him when he stood still thinking, what was he doing there? Kylo Ren knows there's something wrong, but he doesn't quite get it just yet. I have to say, throughout this film, John Boyega's character is probably the strongest character in this movie. He's seen the violence, he's seen the horror, he doesn't want anything to do with it. Throughout this movie it's about him trying to get away from that. Has he developed relationships with the people he met, like Rey, and when she got into trouble, he realised that getting away from the First Order wasn't his priority. He realised it was to help Rey. I love that character development. I've heard in some reviews that people complain about, oh, there isn't enough action. There was a lot of action. Granted, it wasn't non-stop, because there was a lot of character development, but it really helped this movie, like it helps every movie. If you get a movie without character development, it's a rubbish movie. If you get it with, it's great. Kylo Ren's character is more than just a Darth Vader clone. And I think most of us were thinking, oh, he's going to be another Darth Vader, or he's going to try and become Darth Vader. No, this is a screwed up, temper tantrumed little boy. He really is. He reminds me of someone on PCD, or DCO, or RCD. I don't know what it's called. I think it's OCD. But he is. There's moments where his character is completely insane. Maybe he should be in Batman vs Superman playing the Joker, because he'd probably make a very good Joker. You even get funny moments in this film. You get Boyega when he first meets Rey and he's lying. He says like, oh, are you in the Resistance? He's like, yeah. I mean, really, really well written. Rey was a character that took me a little bit to warm to her. I don't know why that was. Maybe it was because she was alone by herself for quite a while. Which is strange because it's just Luke's character. Same sort of thing. But as soon as she met Finn, that was it. It was magic. Their relationship, the way it grew, the pace it grew, the development of both their characters together, to me, worked really, really well. There was another relationship that worked really well, and that was actually Donald Gleason's character. I can't remember his name, so I'm going to have to turn this off and go and find it before I can continue this review. Another relationship that worked really well here was Kylo Ren and General Hux. They seemed to be fighting with each other all the time. You know, I want to get rid of you, no, I'm going to get rid of you. It was always that kind of fight. The opening shot in Jakku with the landing and the burning the village down was amazing. Poe Dameron was shot his laser at Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And you just see this laser hovering in the sky. That was it. And then the stormtroopers grabbed him and brought him to Kylo Ren. What an introduction. Hey, I've not just got force powers. I can stop lasers in mid-air and keep it suspended. I mean, this was a great opener to the character. And also showed you what the technology of today is going to be doing to The Force Awakens. Amazing. There was really only one character in here that I was really disappointed with, and that was the Chrome Stormtrooper Phasma. I mean, Gwyndine Christie, Game of Thrones, incredible actress, brilliant, one of my favourite in Game of Thrones. She just sounded out of place in the Stormtrooper outfit. I think she was wasted that much. She should have been a Boba Fett style Stormtrooper. Instead, she might as well have been a white Stormtrooper with a badge on her and just walked away. Such a badass looking character, let down by no character involvement in the film, really. We have a couple of CGI characters in this movie. I heard some people talk about them saying that, oh, they didn't really fit in place. Personally, I loved them. We had Maz Kanata, which is a character played by Lupita. I thought she sounded brilliant, and I loved the character. It didn't seem as out of place. I mean, out of place is, Jar Jar Binks. That would have been out of place. But she wasn't. Maz Kanata really fitted well. To me, she was a great Yoda-type character. And Snoke, played by Andy Serkis. I really enjoyed that character. Don't get me wrong, at first I was really worried about Snoke, because first time you see Snoke is when he's talking to Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren's like really tiny and Snoke's like 25 foot high. I'm not exaggerating, it's like Gulliver's Travels, it's like a monster giant against a little tiny speck. And I was really worried about that. I was thinking, that's a bit of a funny way to go. And then we see that a couple of times, I'm like, I like the look of the character, I just don't like the size. And I was very worried about that. A giant, jolly green giant, jolly blue giant, big giant, no. Now, no, Darth Plagueis is tall, but 25 foot? Come on. It turned out that all this time we were watching a transmission of a 3D hologram. I was so relieved and thankful. Great job, JJ. Completely had me convinced there. Talking about being fooled, if you watch some of the trailers, there was a lot of shots that you saw in the trailers that were not in this film. And a lot of them were misleading. I was trying to work everything out in my head, yet we have that clip of the camera moving, and there's something going on between Finn and Poe. Now I've seen the movie, it's like, that one in it, and it wouldn't have made sense. They kind of got on from the start, and that was another good relationship. The way we introduced Han Solo in this movie works really well. I mean, at first it's a bit jarring, but as you watch the movie and you understand that he was actually searching for the Millennium Falcon, and it was an easy signal to find, you then forgave the quick way that he found the Millennium Falcon, because he's been searching for it. And he's been searching for a while, and it's fairly easy, because there's a signal, which the Emperor has probably got as well, which they have. So it all made sense, and I kind of like that scene. I mean, the funniest scene in this movie for me, personally, is when Rey gets caught by Kylo Ren, and she's in these braces, prisoner, and Kylo Ren leaves the room. There's a stormtrooper guarding her, and she's like, realising, I might be kick-ass here, I might be a real strong bitch, because I've got the Force. And she's learning that by herself. She hasn't got a Yoda or a Luke Skywalker, Ben Kenobi there to help her. Hey, something's going on here, and it's all about me, because, the Force has woken in me. And it really has. She tries to use a Jedi mind tricks. Oh, release me from the braces, and then walk away. And the Stormtrooper comes up to her and goes, I'll tighten them off you, you bitch. Well, doesn't use swearing words, but you know what I mean. And she tries it again with more seriousness, and this time it works, and he unlocks her from the chains and he starts walking away, and as he's walking away she goes, oh, and you want to drop the gun that you're carrying too? And he does. He's like, It's awesome, that. One of the main scenes in this movie is when Han Solo meets Kylo Ren. We already know that Kylo Ren is Han Solo's son, Ben. So Han Solo walks onto this platform, and as soon as he walks on this platform, I'm pretty much guessing I know what's going to go on there. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I pretty much guessed the moment he went on. He says, you're my son, you don't need to wear a helmet. And Kylo Ren takes off his helmet. And as he walks up to him and gets really close, face to face to him, they have a conversation. I honestly, for a second, thought there was a chance. I really did. I thought, could he be convincing him or starting his journey back to the good side? And for a moment you felt that could have happened. Kylo Ren just replied, I'm broken, sorry, not going to happen. And you just felt for both of them. And then just as you felt for both of them, you lost that, because Kylo Ren shoved the lightsaber into Han Solo and he fell to his death. Suddenly it wasn't a sense of sympathy for Kylo Ren and for Han Solo, it was, you bastard. It's very emotional. It is. You see Han Solo being killed by his son. in this very small but simple, effective way. I mean, when you see Han Solo fall down, you know he's dead. He's gone. I think it was the right time for him to die. His death is going to create more opportunity in the movies in the future, particularly the Kylo Ren character, because now it's like people aren't thinking redemption, they're thinking revenge. Personally, I'm hoping I see some sort of redemption at the end for Kylo Ren. He is a child. He's still not grown into a man yet. Again, towards the end of this film, we have a big lightsaber battle. It's in two parts. It starts off with Boyega having a battle with Kylo Ren, which doesn't end very well for Boyega. Gets hit a few times and he's on the ground. Boyega's lightsaber is hit so hard it's thrown away into the snow. Kylo Ren then sends his hand out to reach over for the lightsaber that he wants, Luke's lightsaber. And at this stage, there was one of two ways it was going. My first instinct was, oh, this is where Luke is going to come out, grab the lightsaber. But no, the lightsaber shot right past Kylo Ren, who was trying to get it, and into the hands of Daisy. And we had this epic fight between Daisy and Kylo Ren. And this is where I had a little problem. I mean, we know she's a badass, which is kind of why I accepted the situation. Because when we saw her on her own, and when we saw her in Jakku with Finn, we saw that she was a fighting style character. We saw that she didn't take shit. So it wasn't like she had no skills in fighting. She did. But she went for Kylo Ren and she was like a master with the sword. And that kind of made me go, no. It was a beautiful fight. It looked great. It was blues and reds, very Empire Strikes Back. Loved that. But I was just a bit jarred by the fact that she was such a good fighter against Kylo Ren, who's a bloody trained fighter and has probably been training for a few years. Then I remembered a scene from where Han Solo had just been killed. Chewbacca had taken out his crossbow and shot Kylo Ren in the side. You see that during the fight with Boyega because he's hitting his side like this, Kylo Ren, and blood comes out. So when you put these two things together, you can understand why Rey would be a bit of a badass against Kylo Ren. I mean, he's injured, plus she's got a little bit of skill. But out of everything we've seen, there's still something missing, and we still haven't seen the one thing we want to see. And what is that? That's Luke Skywalker. Where is Luke Skywalker? He's vanished. Where is he? Well, they finally get the two pieces of the map. It turns out that R2-D2 has the other half. So put that together with BB-8 and you have the full map. At the end of this film, we see Rey take the lightsaber up to the top of this hill of this island. An island that we see in a little flashback earlier on during the film. At the end of the film, we see Rey with the lightsaber handing it over to a cloaked figure. He turns around, he takes his cloak down. He looks like one real tormented Luke Skywalker. He looks pretty badass. This film wants to make you want to see Episode 8. And that's something Star Wars hasn't done for years. Which way do you think the story will go? Let us know in the comments. Let me know if you've got any ideas. If you like my video, please press like and don't forget, subscribe. It helps me out a lot.